Hello everybody, I just wanted to do a quick video. I haven't really got a chance to do my normal type of YouTube stuff, mainly because it's really dry and really hot right now, and so I don't feel like running the risk of starting a grass fire or anything like that with my usual run-of-the-mill projects, just to be extra safe type of deal. But I wanted to do a video anyway, so I thought I'd show you guys this homemade belt sander I made probably about a month or so back. And I guess if anything can be taken away from this video is use what you have. If you don't have much, then use what you have to try to make something. So you guys know about me being unemployed for a little while, so I didn't have much money, and even before then the job I was working I wasn't making enough hours. So I built this a while ago because I needed an 1x30 belt sander for my knife making, just to kind of, so I could buy some higher grip belts to make the knives nice and shiny and stuff. So with this belt sander, this is actually mostly recycled. The only thing I've purchased for this particular build is the light switch and the faceplate for it. Everything else has been salvaged from one place or another, and the belt, I bought the belt too. The actual motor itself is, surprisingly enough, this yellow base stand with the handle is, plus the motor, is from an air compressor. It's one of those small twin tank ones that don't really work that well. The electronics for the air compressor part had broken on it, and it was originally going to go to the scrapyard, but I just kind of had it sitting around, and I looked at it and thought, I wonder if that motor still works. But basically I tested the motor, and it ran. So then I decided to cut off the entire compressor housing piece, which surprisingly enough was made out of magnesium, so I have lots of magnesium for future videos. This piece here is a control arm from a car. It was going to get thrown in the scrapyard, so I took out the bushing here, and there's a bushing at the bottom that I cut off, and there was already holes in the piece to fit these pulleys. And these pulleys were going to be thrown out. They are idler pulleys from a Serpentine belt, so these pulleys were spares or scrap. Well, this one was going to get thrown out. This one was new, and it was going to get thrown out because we didn't know what car it fit from the dealership I was working at. So reclaimed parts, recycled components. The capacitor came with the motor. It was just tucked underneath the thing. This plate is from another belt sander I had, but I didn't like the location of it. So what I ended up doing was just using, it's kind of shoddy right now, but using a pair of vice grips to hold it in place. That way I can take this piece off and use it just as a slack belt sander, or I can use this and I have a piece made. I need to make it out of metal, but it holds the back of the belt, the platen, and that way I have a nice firm surface to sand against. But yeah, so the bottom line is use what you have. And that can go for lots of different things in life. You don't always need to go out and buy the newest fancy gadgets when you have something else that will work for the exact same purpose. Maybe it's not quite as shiny and beautiful as a new product would be, but you can end up making something or reusing something and make it better than what it would be. Now the reason why I built this was because in Canada you can't go buy 1x30 belt sanders for cheap. Harbor Freight, you can buy them for $50 US. In Canada, the cheapest you can find them for, exact same unit, $150. So it's one of those things where sometimes where you live you can't get stuff for the cheap, so you got to go make it yourself. It also helps that if you know how to weld and stuff like that too. But anyway, so I'm going to sand a bit of that sword and give you guys a demo of it, and aside from that, thanks very much for watching and have a good one.